I kind of see what your operation that you have going on here. I can
Yeah.
see it being very lucrative, especially if it takes money to make money. So if you're buying up properties this way,
Real
and
estate is a fun game, dude.
oh, dude, I mean, you're giving people what they want for one, but then
Exactly.
you're turning around and you're doing your thing with it. You know what I mean?
I already asked her a really awkward request on if I could record this for my
go
team training purposes and stuff. So, but yeah, let's go back here. So your wife was kind of catching me up to speed on everything going on. So this was your personal home, and then you rented it out, and they're not doing their job.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's never fun. I've dealt with that so many times. It's like I'm actually too nice, and I'm like, okay, take your time.
That's how it was when she first moved in.
Yeah. But then it goes into multiple months, and it's like, I don't think this is sustainable.
It's slow at my work. If it wasn't slow at my work, then I'd do it.
Right.
But
Because what do you do?
I'm an RV technician.
There you go. I swear, like every person I buy a house from, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy an RV and I'm going down to Florida.
I told you,
They
see,
can buy 'em all they
Florida.
want. I'll work on it.
Florida, babe.
You need to find your way to buying an RV and go travel around.
I'm getting there slowly.
Look at her, she's ready.
Right.
What do you
We
do?
have kids, so
How many kids you got?
2.
2? How old are they?
4-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Okay, you got a range there.
That's
So
right.
I have a 3.5-year-old and I have a 6-month-old.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Congrats.
Oh man, yeah, it's fun. The baby's easy. The toddler.
It's not.
So I don't know what she had communicated with you about subject 2. I didn't know if you had any questions, but I was just going to go through everything and catch you up to speed. But I didn't know if you had any questions off the
He does.
top of the dome.
If it switches names, how does it come back to us if you decide not to pay it?
There's
That's what I'm confused about.
There's a performance deed within there. I use a third-party servicing company. So every month, because what's the payment?
$678
Yeah.
and some change.
So the $678 and change, I set it up with a third-party servicing company, and they say, you make the payment, we make the payment to the lender. It's on autopilot. Now, if I didn't pay, the third-party servicing company says, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And there's a grace period. I think it's a couple weeks. And if I didn't pay, it's automatically deeded back to you. And I was telling her last night, that would be the best, like let's say in 5 years from now and I'm abducted by aliens or something, and all my safeguards don't work and I don't pay. Well, during that time, I not only have been making the payments, the debt pay down, you have the property appreciating, and perhaps I've made some repairs to the property, made it a little bit nicer over time, and then all of a sudden it's deeded back to you in a much better situation.
Right.
So I was explaining that to her last night. It's like, actually it'd be the best thing ever, really, if a few years down the line that happened.
Hopefully it doesn't happen for your sake.
Exactly,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go with the aliens. It's kinda
It might be
bad
cool for a
down
minute.
here.
I've been
Down
seeing
here.
everything with the government saying that there's aliens and stuff now, so
Maybe a clone.
it's possible.
Hey,
We could go down that path, but I don't know if you're here for that.
I'm not, but
Yeah.
I like conspiracies, but a lot of these things are really real now.
I know. 3 years ago, my wife caught me into this stuff, and I'm like, shut up. And then it's like, okay, it's kind of real now. So it's like, what? In 3 years from now, what's it gonna be?
I don't want to even think about that. Man. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go through this.
All right.
If your eyes glaze over, let me know. I can slow down. You can ask questions at any time. But subject two's a rather long commitment, basically for the life of the loan. I'd be making payments the entire time. That's why it's a little bit longer agreement. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I just try to disclose everything up front. That way we're in
Surprises, right?
complete agreement of what's going on.
All right.
Okay? All right. Question before we get started. Do you happen to have access to a recent mortgage statement or anything like that, or an
Maybe
online
Karen
portal?
Carrington.
Can I get back to you?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Then we'll do
That's
that.
fine.
I'm not going to go through it right now. It'd be a headache.
And you're up to date on it, on payments and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes.
we haven't paid yet this month, so.
Right.
That's a good thing. We can close these pretty quick. The only thing that has to happen is the title company has to order a payoff and see what the actual amount on the loan is, and then we can close.
Sounds good.
And then at some point, I'll need the information for your loan number, and all that, just so I can get in the portal and make payments every
I
month.
got a statement on my refrigerator. If you leave
Perfect.
your phone number, I can snap a picture of
Perfect.
it.
That'll work great.
All right.
Okay. So I'll just go through this real quick. Here's the property address, legal description. Okay. I am assuming the existing debt at $81,000 approximately.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I know we had talked about, I don't remember what the exact terms were in terms of what you guys were wanting to walk away with. It escapes me at the moment.
We were looking at 90.
90, okay. So let's just say we have the existing debt at 81. That means cash at closing to you would be 9. And this is all approximate.
Right. I got you.
We'll make it right at the closing, but this is kind of a little bit of a guess until you get exact
Yes.
numbers back. Okay, so total purchase price is going to be $90,000. And then you guys were wanting to close pretty quick.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, as soon as possible.
So today is the 3rd.
How long is it going to take that girl to get her stuff out? That's going to be the factor
So-
of this whole thing.
We had talked about that last night. I deal with post-possession stuff a lot to where I inherit a tenant or I deal with someone. All I would like to do is have a conversation with the tenant, just kind of make sure of what they need and see if I could assist them. I didn't know if you guys had had a conversation. If
She doesn't seem like she's going to fight it.
yeah.
She's not.
So
Is it just her?
single mother, 3
Her
kids?
and her 3 boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to have to find them something
what-
else.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Because usually I just want to have a conversation with these folks because we try to be a turnkey solution to where we can help people find new housing. And I hate evictions and dealing with stuff like that. I'd rather help people and, okay. So let's plan, today's the 3rd. We could close in a week, so like next Thursday, is that?
Okay.
Okay. We're going to use a gentleman named Rick Davis, a Rick Davis title. Phenomenal. He'll be a great connection for you. In terms of where you'll get information from, I'm going to give you, here in a minute, my transaction coordinator's number. Her name's Christina. She is wonderful. She will keep you up to date on everything going on. If she needs any documents, she'll get a hold of you. She'll send you an introductory email that'll connect you with Rick, and they'll connect with you throughout the process. So it'll be pretty easy. Okay, so there's your name as it was on the tax records.
Yep.
Property address. I'm taking care of all the escrow fees, the title policy, if there was an HOA transfer fee, any fees that are associated with the sale I'm taking care of. Okay, so you're not out of pocket at all.
All right.
Okay. On this document, there is a subject to addendum that just goes through what subject to is and every single thing that I think you should know in terms of the transaction. Okay, this document says that there's parties that are in occupancy of the property. I understand that the property is currently leased and there's someone in there. I'm willing to take that situation on.
Okay.
All I ask is, like I said, just having a conversation with them and make sure they're on board.
All right.
Okay, this section is all about inspections and things like that. We've already seen pictures of the house.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. A lot of this is if you're using like a traditional realtor or something, but we're not doing any of that. Okay, this is more about inspections. Like I said, if you want to read through this tonight when you're going to sleep, feel free.
I kind
But,
of see what your operation that you have going on here. I
yeah.
can see it being very lucrative, especially if it takes money to make money. So if you're buying up properties this way,
Real
and you're-
estate is a fun game, dude.
Oh, dude, I mean, you're buying it up for, you're giving people what they want for one, but then
Exactly.
you're turning around and, you're doing your thing with it. You know what I mean? That's
Dude,
that's
I
really
used to be a
cool.
teacher.
Yeah.
I've seen days where I couldn't rub 2 nickels together. So it's crazy what you can do.
Right on.
So if
Right
you
on.
ever want to learn more, you let me know.
All right. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. This part talks about if we were to split closing cost, how that would be divvied up, but I'm paying for all of it. Okay. This section talks about if I were to default and get abducted by aliens. Okay?
Fair enough.
In that situation, the third-party servicing company would give you a call. They will say, Michael has defaulted. We're going to give him a little bit of time to correct it. If he doesn't correct it, we're going to deed it back to you, and then
Yeah.
you got a house in a lot better situation, more than likely. Okay? Okay, this is just a bunch of legal jargon. Like I said, you're going to have this document to take home.
Okay,
So if you want to read that stuff, be my guest.
all right.
Same type of stuff. Okay, end of document 1. Okay, this next document is called the Subject to Addendum. It's more of a, we'll go over this here in a little bit. It's more of an informative thing. I just want to make sure when people enter into a Subject to transaction, they're completely informed.
That's good.
So these first few pages basically explain what Subject to is, kind of like we've talked about. I'm assuming your loan. I am responsible for the payments, PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. I'm responsible for all of it, all of the maintenance,
Property tax.
everything,
Okay.
all of it.
Wow.
Okay, so you don't, if a AC went out or something, you're not responsible for that. I'm responsible for everything.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so here's all the disclosures on Subject to that I need you to understand. Okay?
Okay.
So once we do this, you have no further ownership or control of the property, but the loan is still in your name.
Okay.
Okay? The money that I pay you, that $9,000, it's not a loan. You don't have to pay me back.
Mhm.
It's just a payment to you for the right to assume your loan.
Okay.
Okay? When we close, the loan is not paid off. Okay, I make payments every month, so the debt is still there. You just have to know that.
Okay.
And in terms of down the road, if I got abducted by aliens and I didn't make payment, you would be liable for those payments.
Mhm.
But again, it would be deeded back to you. The property would be worth more, hopefully fixed up,
Right.
yada, yada. Okay? And if I didn't make payments and you did not make payments,
It goes back to bank.
we could go into a foreclosure situation. That's never going to happen, but I have to disclose it as a possibility.
Fair enough.
Okay? So the existing loan will stay on your credit report. The good thing is I'm making payments in your name over and over.
Right.
So theoretically, if I made hundreds of payments in a row, it's going to impact your credit in a good way. Now the next question will be, well, if it's on my debt to income, what if I wanted a new house or a new car? Is that going to impact me? After 12 months of consecutive payments, I can fill out some paperwork with you that'll wipe out 80% of that debt to income. So 678 would go down to $130. It's not really going to impact your ability to do anything. Okay? So in a year we can do that. Now, there is a very rare situation called the due on sale clause, to where the lender could say, hey, it's transferred over from them to East West Properties. What is going on? We want to call the note due. That happens in probably 1 in 500 transactions, so it's very rare. In that situation, we have like 6 to 12 months that we would refi out of it, get it out of your name, and we would just pay off the note. But it is a possibility. Okay? In this situation, if there was an insurance claim, tree fell in the house, lightning struck the house, caught on fire, whatever, it gives us the ability to file an insurance claim against the property.
Okay.
Okay? This says that you're not going to try to cancel the existing insurance on the property. You'd be amazed. People have done that before, so it's in there. And this last one's just acknowledging that we went through the disclosures.
All right.
Okay? Then the last document freaks people out initially. It's a limited power of attorney. This is not something where I'm in control of your health or your bank accounts or anything like that. This just lets me make decisions with this house. So if I wanted to speak to the lender, I could. If I wanted to speak to your insurance agent, I could. It just allows me to take care of the house like you would take care of the house.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Okay? And the last form is just a payoff authorization, allows us to order what is owed on the house. And that is it. I know it seems like a lot. What questions do you have? Happy to go back through any of it.
That's pretty simple.
Okay. Very good. Anything before we get started? Cool. Well, all I need you to do is go through, get your hand a little warmed up, I guess. There's quite a few different initials that I need by seller, and then there's a couple of different signatures I'll need. So we'll just walk through here and grab each one of those. Okay, before we go upstairs and see Christina, if you would just plug her number into your phone, that way when she calls it doesn't come up as spam or whatever. That would be awesome.
Your phone out.
There, that is for you. Okay, so I'm going to go through and sign all of my part, and then we can go up and see Christina, and then I will have you guys on your merry way. Cool. All we need to do is go upstairs, see Christina, and she'll get this notarized, and we'll get you a copy and be off to the races. And there's all the documents, my card, Christina's card. I'll walk you out, and
All right, man.
thanks for working with us.
Hey,
It was good meeting you.
Good meeting you too.
That was painless.
That's the goal.
All right, man. You have a good rest
All
of the
right.
day. You as well.
Later.
Later.